Good morning, everybody. It's just me right now. Stephanie and baby have been a little bit under the weather, so I think she's still making her way here. But I'm here for now. I'm at Rosella Coffee Shop, and this one is right at Jones and Broadway. It's a really cute little spot. If you can tell, it has a little upstairs area and downstairs, and even has like a little outdoor patio. It's really cute in here. I've got my coffee, very yummy coffee. I'm also waiting for my breakfast to come up. So anyway, happy Valentine's Day. It is Valentine's Day, right? And I hope that everybody can hear me. But it's Valentine's Day, and I hope that it's a good one for you if you celebrate Valentine's Day. Not everybody does, and that's okay too. I'm celebrating at the gym later today, so that's how I'm gonna celebrate this year. Also, Stephanie and I just got back from San Diego on Sunday, and I think we're kind of both still recovering, but I'll tell you what, we did come back like super excited about what's to come. We had some wonderful women plug into our lives. They gave us so much wisdom, if you will. They kind of even gave us a little slap in the face with some of it. These were awesome leaders from our company who kind of shared their stories and kind of gave us some skills to practice to kind of help grow our business and make us a little bit more successful. And we also got to hear from Rachel Hollis, and Stephanie got to actually meet her and talk with her briefly, but when she gets here, I'll let her tell you more about that. And we'll probably be sharing some of that, along the way with some of the episodes coming up. Speaking of episodes, we released episode 5. I can't believe that we've done 5 episodes already. It's been fun. It's been super fulfilling for us. I know for myself speaking, it's been rather therapeutic. If you know me well, you know that I've been walking through some stuff the past few months, and this has really just given me something to keep going with, and it's given me inspiration. The messages I received from some of you have been very heartfelt, and I think I've shared with one of you recently that you guys tell me that we're giving you stuff that you need to hear, but really your messages and your comments is what I need to hear. So please keep them coming. We try to share our hearts. We tell the guys this all the time. This is something that Stephanie and I feel very passionate about, and we don't want to come across as ingenuine in any way. I think that's one of our main goals, has been to be super transparent through this process and through our sharing. And we hope that you're able to relate, and we hope that you're able to take some of these skills, these tangible skills, and put them into practice. Morning, Candace, because we really feel like it's something that can help you. Our last episode, we talked about your tribe, and oh my gosh, I just feel like that is so important, because there's no way that I could be doing anything in my life without my tribe. Of course, I have my family, and they're God sent also, and they're a blessing, and I can always count on them to love me unconditionally, but they're my family, so they're supposed to love me, right? At least you think so. But we also talk about the people that you may have had to cut out of your life. People that you may have had to part ways with, and that doesn't mean that you've hi Norma, that you never talk to them anymore, but maybe you don't include them as much in your circle to kind of help you in a sense. Because if you listen to the episode, I talk about sometimes relationships are like bank accounts, where you're constantly depositing into the relationship, but you're not able to withdraw anything. And it's okay to walk away from those relationships. Again, I'm not saying that you never speak to them again, but maybe where y'all found, common ground is not there anymore. So I've always been very careful, like, who I share with, although I'm an open book. If you've ever spoken to me in person, I probably shared more than you wanted to know about me. But it's very important not to stick around with toxic people, because those are confidence destroyers. Those are people that are just going to bring you down, and you're going to be feeling worse after you leave them. So please be okay with kind of like not having those people so much in your life, or not really letting their words define who you are, or what your path is supposed to look like, because they might think that, hey, that's just dumb, and you're like, well, no, because this is really what I want to do with my life, or this is really a dream of mine or a passion of mine. And you just kind of like be okay with that. Is the background noise real loud here? I'm kind of above the little counter kitchen area, but hopefully it's okay and you guys can hear me well. But so your tribe, last night I went for a run, and there was a couple of run groups there, and I met somebody that I have never spoke to before, and she talked about the running community being so supportive, and women in the running community being always there for each other, and like not a competition like in other areas of your life. And I thought, thanks Norma, but I thought, like, that is great to hear, because we talk about that all the time, right? Like, women being in competition with each other, and at least find somewhere where you're not always feeling like attacked by another woman or compared to another woman. It's really hard, so it's important to find that tribe that can help you like get past that, in a sense, who's not going to be that way with you. I just feel like there's a lot more women like that these days than there used to be. I know growing up, in my era, it wasn't like it is now, the whole women empowerment thing, and the whole, squad stuff, wasn't really our thing. Our circles were probably kept a little smaller. And what I find fulfilling now in my life is that I can go to work and I can have my tribe there. I can go to a run group and I can have my tribe there. I can go to my business and have my tribe there. Like, I really, really feel like we've evolved in that sense, where women are willing to just like back each other up more now versus tear each other down. Mean Girls is over 10 years old, and maybe 10 years ago I might have been more that mean girl type. And honestly, that movie, I've made this reference before, that movie resonated in me, because from when I was growing up, from when I was like, and I was already in my 30s when this movie came out, but I knew that was me growing up. And now looking back, like, I feel like I should have never been that way, but we weren't really taught different in a sense. We were like, very cliquey. I hope that young girls, I think I probably have it harder now, but I think it starts with us. If we start showing them that we support each other no matter what, and then if we don't, then we move on to somebody who does support you and who does make you feel better about yourself. There's no time to waste in relationships that don't do that for you. So that has been, something really important to me even now, because I mentioned it in the episode, like, I have my lifelong friends, who are always going to be there for me no matter what. And then I have my new friends who, are maybe helping me grow my business, or helping me become a better runner, or helping me with my health. It's just, it kind of just looks different for everybody. So on that note, our next episode is going to be like, I think, very raw, very real. I mean, I'm talking about like cutthroat. Like, I think we make so many excuses for ourselves as to why we don't push ourselves a little harder, or as to why we're not like very confident, because we're held back by, some fear, some people's opinions maybe that you, all right, my order's ready. But So we get this feeling that, we can't move forward with our goals and our dreams because of these people, right? That or just our own fears. It doesn't necessarily have to do with anybody, but we tend to minimize ourselves and what our dreams are or what we're working on. Something Rachel Hollis said to us this weekend was kind of like, we make our thing small, whether it's a business or whether it's a training that we're doing, or even if it's our corporate jobs. We're like, oh well, I'm just this, or I tend to do it sometimes, like, I'm an admin. Like, no, I'm a freaking badass admin, and I run it. Sometimes I do jokingly say that to my boss. I'm like, well, I'm the real boss around here, and he's like, yeah. But or we have a side job, a side business that we're trying to grow. Like, I have a little side thing. Like, no, we need to start being more confident and not really like letting those things affect us. So we're definitely going to go into way more details about that. So I don't want to go like too far into the episode because I want to save all the good stuff for our recording. But the other thing is, I think that I want to talk about is that Stephanie and I know that we have, sorry guys, hold on. Stephanie's texting me. But I know that we started this podcast, to be able to just kind of just share our stories and stuff. So we're super excited. Like I said, we're 5 episodes in. We have so many more topics to come, and we are all about personal growth. So we're out there getting ourselves prepared and geared up to be able to share with y'all. But we also want y'all to please tell us, like, ask us questions. What do you want us to discuss? Or if you've heard us talk about something, do you want to hear more about that? Then let us know, and we'll be glad to dive more into that subject. So always, like I said, we're here for you guys. We will only be successful with you guys listening and rating us, and hopefully we can still continue to be relatable and be able to plug into your lives. So that's like really important to us. So please do send us messages, do comment on our posts, do give us some feedback. We like I said, it's been very good for me to read your comments and messages and your text messages, and it makes me like really happy, and I haven't been happy in a long time, so it brings me a lot of joy. Let me just put it that way. It gives me so much joy to be able to hear from you guys and to be able to plug into you guys. I am going to walk downstairs while I'm still recording because this thing will not stop vibrating. Oh, here's Stephanie, so I'm going to pass it down to her. I ordered.
Hi! All right. Sorry I'm late. I don't know if anybody's seen my post, but I've been really, really sick for the last 3 days. And so I'm hoping to kick this bug soon, because it sucks being sick and Lorenzo's sick. So I'm not sure what Christina was talking about. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to clear my throat this whole time. But I'm so glad that I made it. We were chatting before and thinking, okay, I was I'm gonna be late, I'm just waking up. Lorenzo was having the worst day, night, and of course he didn't allow me to sleep. So that's kind of why I'm running late.
Yes.
What were you talking about?
So I kind of gave a little bit of a recap of the episode about being in your tribes. I talked about what we have coming up in the next episode. Didn't give too much into that, but it's something that Rachel Hollis told us this past weekend was, stop making our thing small, stop making excuses, and stop letting fear kind of keep us from fulfilling and being more confident. And then also within tribes, I did speak about like your tribe should want to see you, be successful. And if they're not, it's okay to start like parting ways with those people. And I'm not saying like cutting them out of your life completely, because sometimes it's family.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But maybe you're not sharing everything that you're used to sharing with these people because they're just killing your confidence and they're just giving you negative, feedback all the time. Or they're like,
so you tend to like belittle yourself, like, or make whatever you're doing small. Rachel Hollis touched on this actually, when she says, why if we're working so hard on something, and it may not be like, your job, it could be your job, it could be like personal stuff that you're working on, that you're working so hard on it, why do you make it little, like what you're doing, because you're putting so much effort into it. Don't do that. Like, don't make it say, oh, it's just this little thing I'm working on, or oh, it's just this, nothing big that I'm dealing with, or don't do it. Like, it's not good for you, because then you start to think like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like, but it is. It's important. If it's important to you, then it is a big deal. Yeah. Make it a big deal.
Make it a big deal. And then find the people who are going to be that much excited for you, and they're going to make it a big deal with you, because I may say that, oh, I want to do this, and then Stephanie's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, like, and she'll start helping me figure out how to do that or how to accomplish that. We came back from San Diego. Unfortunately, her and baby have been a little bit under the weather. I'm trying to get back into routine too, coming back like super on fire, so working out, running. But I told her, I said, I want to get together with you because this is what I want to plan out for 2019. And I know who I can go to for stuff like that. I know, and it's important to be able to find those people that you can go to and share your goals with, or share your plans with, and they're going to, number one, help you walk through them.
Yes.
Keep you accountable, and then just like I said, encourage you along the way. So that's like super important, because when we don't have that with somebody, you're made to feel like you can't do it, and you're just trying to, like do it by yourself, and it can be exhausting, and it could be something very attainable, and you don't realize how easy it will be to accomplish it if you pair up with somebody, if you share it with a group, or whatever your tribe looks like, because it could just be one person, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
And then we did say, if you don't have one, hey, talk to us. We'll get you there. We'll help you get there.
We are. I mean, I think that's one thing that me and Christina have been able to recognize in ourselves, is that we are very good at, okay, what's the plan? Like, what does it look like? How do you get there? How are you going to plan to get to these steps? Like, how are you going to reach this goal? Like, just don't say you have a goal. Like, actually, let's work towards the goal.
Yeah.
And okay, by next week you want to be able to do this. Okay, make sure, like, I'm going to check on you like halfway through the week, like how is it looking, like holding each other accountable. Like, that's one thing that has been huge in order for me actually to have goals that I've reached, like, and being able to have somebody to rely on, to be like, okay, they're gonna check on me, like, and me personally, I don't like to let people down, so I want to make sure that I'm on top of it, that I'm like focusing on it, and in the end, it's gonna help you. Like, it's gonna help you reach the goal. It's gonna help you accomplish what you want to accomplish, and you're gonna feel good about it. So it's so important to surround yourself with people like that, because we all have dreams and we all have goals that we want to reach, and the fact is that sometimes you need somebody to help you get there.
Yeah.
Some people could do it on their own, and that's great, but some people, and a lot of people that I've talked to, they need that. They need somebody to help them reach that.
And you just don't always know you don't know the path yet. So once you start bouncing it off, somebody else, you're able to, they're trying to tell you, like, look, they might have had experience in the same thing, and they're going to tell you, this is how I accomplished that, or this is the first step that I took. And once you get a clear path, you're able to get to those goals a lot better. So, I mean, it's just so important, I think, to have somebody to help you get there. And you know, our tribe, our squad, our little girl group, you know, it's all important. It's all important. And there was a quote shared, and I think, you know, I've said it before. I've kind of said it a little different. Like, your circle should be, you know, cheering you on. Your circle should be like making you feel better about yourself. And if they're not, then find a new circle. And I always say, like, hey, you know, get yourself some friends like mine, because, you know, they do this and that for me, or they help me with this and that. And if you don't have friends that look like mine, then get yourself some new friends. But I often say that because I think it's really important that when you have, you know, the right circle of friends to, you know, help you get to those goals, that makes, you know. Hold on. Gabby, are you really requesting to be in our video, or was that an accident? I mean, you're welcome to come on with us. But yeah, so just, you know, like I said, it's just your circle should want you to succeed. And if they don't, then, you know, find a new circle. Okay, Gabby. But you can always come on and join us for coffee one morning. We have some friends who work in like education in schools, and they're excited for spring break because they want to come join us for coffee. Like, we understand that your schedules don't always, you know, work out. We chose 7 o'clock because it allows us to both, you know, be able to get here and get to work. Oh gosh, work, we have to get there eventually. But yes, you know, if you ever have a free day, come out and have coffee with us. Like I said earlier, today we're at Rosella Coffee, and there's a few locations, and I think some of them have like a little different type of vibe or venue. One I know has, like, you know, events all the time, and, you know, maybe music, I think I've seen.
That's the downtown one, right?
Yeah, I think that's that one. But I mean, we're always looking for coffee shops to go to now. If there's something closer to you and you think it's a great little spot, let us know, and then maybe it'll work out for us to join you somewhere. But yeah, so this weekend was amazing. I told them that we got to talk to Rachel, that I wasn't going to, you know, talk about that. I did get her autograph.
Yes,
This is the book we always talk. This is Rachel Hollis, who we always talk about. This is one of her books. She's written several before. She has another one coming out in March called Girl Stop Apologizing, which I think is going to be, first of all, amazing, but so good for all of us to read together, because I think it's going to be a lot about, like, confidence, and then, you know, just stop, you know, caring about so much with other people, and stop apologizing for having these dreams and these aspirations. This is my own, like, idea of where I think she's going to go with. But if you haven't read this book, read it. There's so many things about women. We believe a lot of lies, you know. We believe a lot of, like, things that aren't true about ourselves, that we're not good enough, you know, this or that, you know, or, you know, that we don't, I don't know, that we're just...
Yes, Gabby, book club and coffee. That'd be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And if we need to meet more than once a week, girl, we will. So...
Or even if it's in the evenings that we meet instead. Like, we can have
I can have coffee anytime. So it's like, I'm not good enough. The lie that I'm better than you, or even about marriages, you know, sex, you know, in a marriage and relationships, and, you know, not a good mom. So many good, like, topics that she touches on, because when she talks about why she wrote the book, it's like so many people were coming to her with these questions that she decided to just answer everybody in a book. And girl, this book is awesome. So she gave us such good coaching, like, this weekend. Like, I was telling them, we got to hear from so many of our leaders in our company, and we got, like, slapped in the face a little bit, you know, with some of the stuff that they told us, because it's like, and then some of it resonated with us, like, that's what we've been talking about. So it was really cool to experience that,
we were sitting at different tables, so I would text her, I'm like, oh my God, we talked about that in our podcast. Oh my God, that's what we were just saying in the last episode or episode 2. Like,
Yes.
So it was really awesome to be with, like-minded women and people just to encourage you and build you up. I know I came back feeling much better about what the year is going to look like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was so excited to meet her. I had the VIP area with her, so I got to take a picture with her. And a lot of people were taking selfies with their own phones, and I was like, so like a week or so before our conference, I had I had written down 5 questions, and I was like, if I get an opportunity, like, I'm gonna ask her these 5 questions, like, even if I can ask her 3 questions, like. So I saw people like having kind of a little one-on-one with her before you got to take the picture. She was signing the book and they were chatting, or like she would get take their phone and take a selfie. And I was like, you know what, I don't want a selfie. Like, I want to ask her questions that now I have the opportunity. So as soon as I got up to her, I was like, I'm so excited to see you. She's like, do you want to take a selfie? I was like, no, I want to ask you 3 questions. Like, she's like, yeah, go ahead, shoot. So I asked her 3 questions, and we'll talk about this in the podcast, actually. So I did like a mini interview with Miss Rachel Hollis. So I'm so excited to share some of the things that we talked about in those like 30 seconds. But it was nice. It was nice to hear, that she was so real, and it was nice to hear that she didn't make you feel like she was rushing you through the line. Like, that was a great feeling to have, that she made you feel like an individual. Like, still, even she's very popular. I mean, she is extremely well known. She's incredible. So it was nice having that split moment with her where she made me feel like, yeah, of course, like. And she was like, even after I asked her the question, she's like, wow, those were really great questions. I was like, thank you. Listen to my podcast.
Like, we talk about you all the time. So we're just excited to just keep moving forward with the episodes. Our topics, we've said it before, we plan them ahead of time.
Yes.
And everything that
we have like 20 topics that we're still going to touch on. That we haven't,
20 more episodes. I hope that you guys will stay listening, because what's funny is that once we started this and we wrote, like, we can show you the paper where we have the topics are ready written out, so that you don't think that we're just saying this, but we talk about it. And I don't know why I feel emotional all of a sudden, but that's because I cry every day. We wrote these out, and things have been happening. Right? Like, our next episode has a lot to do with what Rachel was telling us, and I feel like it's just fueling us, and it's giving us, number one, material, but number one, educating us like in advance, because we've said it before, we'll go on and we'll write bullet points, we'll research, but I think that it just comes to show that this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. And your messages and your feedback, like I mentioned earlier, like, please keep those coming. And if you have topics that you want to know more about, let us know, because we have them written down, but we can always talk about other stuff, or maybe we already have it on our list and we can tell you, like, it's coming. So please do, like, let us know. But it's just so awesome to feel, yes, Gabby, yes, it is confirmation. It is confirmation, and it feels so good when you have that, because you're not forcing something, and we know that we're doing what we're meant to do, and just like share with women and build other women. Like, last night I was talking to a girl that I've never met before, and there was a guy. Oh, thank you, Norma. You're the sweetest. And there was a guy there that was genuinely excited to hear that I had a podcast and hear, what I was offering. And I said, and there's going to be a topic for men too. So don't, don't think that, we're just going to be with women, although that's our passion. That's who we feel like, led to work with is women, in other areas of our lives too, not just with our podcast, and that's what we do. But, hey, if there's a guy out there listening, that's even, better, so we appreciate that too.
My husband Julian, he's a huge supporter of us and like has helped us like from day one with everything. And he like at work will promote us to all like his coworkers. And one of his coworkers, he was telling me this the other day. He was saying, she loves y'all. He says that she makes it a point like to listen to y'all's podcast on the way home. She's listened to it more than once, like the episodes, and she has really felt like she is making, like she's changing like her perspective in life, and the things that she didn't believe in before like are starting to change for her. And she's like thanking us like for the podcast. And I mean,
we've never met her before.
No, I've never met her before. But the thing is, the reason why I wanted to say that is because we didn't start this to be recognized. Like, we didn't start this to get praise from everybody. Like, we started this because we struggled with this. Mm-hmm. We both felt like, you know what, if we're struggling with this, maybe we're not the only ones. Maybe we can help other people identify these things and really help them focus on gaining the confidence. And I mean, since we've started the podcast, we've been seeing posts that people just are talking about confidence and how it's becoming an issue for people to live a life that they want to live. Yeah. We are all given a life to live, and we need to live it the way we want to live it, not anybody else. And when you have the confidence, you truly live that life. So that's why why we did this. It's not I mean, we love hearing the feedback, we love hearing that we've changed people's lives, but we want it to be more like we said this from the beginning, like we don't care if even just like one person listened to it and like it's my mom and she told me I changed her life. Like that's all I care about, like, is that we helped one person. Like that's what's important to us.
And like, every week we get somebody who tags us in a post, and this is not us, boasting, or we're not bragging at all, or a personal text message or a, DM in our Instagram page, but it is just that one person that we were able to touch that week, then we're doing, what we were called to do, and we really appreciate that. Like, I cannot, reiterate that enough. Like, I just kind of feel like there may be somebody out there who still hasn't messaged us, who maybe has something on their heart that they're still trying to walk through. I just want to encourage you to send that message, because I'm not saying that I can, totally fix your problem, but sometimes it helps. Like, it's helped me to actually say what I'm thinking or what I'm walking through, because you hold it all in and you're listening to the messages and you're reading the stuff and you're like, yeah, but, and it's just still not like, you're still not grasping it, with your whole heart, and we can help you walk through that,
process what you're feeling. We just talked through it. A lot of things, it's not like we have all the answers, but I think a lot of the times, just talking about something out loud, like Christina said, helps you to really think about why you're feeling that way. Or, I have a degree in social work. I'm licensed, but I'm not licensed to treat individually. But I've practiced a lot of interviewing. I've practiced a lot of therapy, so I know, ways to maneuver through crap that you're dealing with.
Yeah, she asks the hard questions.
I do. Even when I'm not meaning to, like.
She'll tell me, like, and I'm like, oh, but this, and she's like, okay, but why do you feel that way, or what, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, stop asking me. Like, can I just feel this? And she's like, no, she's trying to help me walk through it, and it's good, and it's really good. And like we said in our episode, talking about tribes and talking to people. If we can be your tribe, then come on over. Yeah. If it's not for this coffee or a run, tell us where you want to meet. Tell us what you like to do. Do you like to just go to McDonald's? Like, whatever, we can do that with you, whatever it is, even if you just want to chat, online, we'll do that. And And, you know, we're here for you guys. We're totally here for you guys. And I know we seem like we have, like, so much going on. And I know I'm a little scattered sometimes. I'm like, I gotta get to work. I gotta go work out. I gotta go run. I gotta, you know, gotta go record. Like, all this stuff. But I'll always make time for, you know, somebody. And, you know, that's what we do for each other. You know, we'll make time for each other. We'll set a date and we'll stick to it, you know, as best as we can. Baby sick. I have hives popping up. I don't know what I ate. I think I'm all of a sudden allergic to nuts of some type because it's been something that's it's triggered by something I eat. I know that, so I'm trying to figure that out. But things happen, life happens, but we're still going to be here, and you know, we're still going to try to, you know, keep plugging into you guys. Yes. So I hope that you guys can continue to let us have that privilege, because it's a privilege, and we really appreciate it, and we honor you ladies by continuing on to plug in and showing up for you guys. So thank you again for listening and everything that y'all do. It's Valentine's Day, and if you celebrate, have fun. I hope it's everything your heart's desired.
And if you don't have anybody to celebrate, go by yourself and celebrate. Go buy yourself something.
Come work out with me. I get to take somebody for free today, so I probably can take more than one person. If you don't have any plans, 5:30, 6:30, whatever time you want to show up, I'll be there and I'll work out with you, because that's how I'm going to celebrate, by loving on myself and getting myself in shape.
Yes, that's a plus. That's a great way to do it for sure.
Yeah, so
all right.
We hope that you guys can continue to stay positive and keep smiling. Have a great day, y'all. Bye. Thanks for watching.